Hello and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 tips to get started with your career mode in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Jumping into my companies real quick is the most recent thing I have unlocked within the career mode. I do have 2 of them, and if you look at my companies here, you'll see I have a VIP that's called Lex Air, and we see I have a cargo company that is named Fly Lex. Now, the Lex Fly has a 172, and the Fly Lex has a caravan aircraft. Now, these are important, and I'm going to tell you why once we get a little farther in here. But number 1 tip to get started with the career mode in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is to, of course, focus on your certification. Your certification is going to give you your path to whatever you like to do within the sim. So what is your end goal? Ultimately is what you need to decide when you start down the certification within the career mode. So is your end goal to do helicopter stuff? Well, then obviously you want to be on the right side of the path here. And then what kind of stuff do you want to do in the air when it comes to the helicopters? Now, there are all kinds of different things, and of course, the list here is a lot shorter than on the left side. But if you're looking for just helos, well, stick to the right, get all that done, and then go on to the left if you feel like you want to get into the actual aircrafts themselves. On the left, this is where the path will get more confusing. So, are you looking to do more agricultural stuff? Are you looking to do more commercial airliner stuff? Are you looking to do firefighting stuff? These are the 3 questions you need to ask yourself on the left side of the certification panel. Now, for me, I decided kind of midway through that, I think I was going to go airliner, but I kind of changed my path, and I want to focus more on like twin prop engines, like the PC-12 and the Caravan, and we'll see what else comes unlocked as time goes on. So the first thing, of course, I got was the commercial pilot license. Then I went to the, I went to the high performance, and then instrument rating, and then the turboprop path. I have no interest right now in the scoop, so I'm not going in that direction. So the next path I'm likely going to be taking is going into the turboprop here. So I do have to get the airliner, but first I have to get the multi-engine, and then here, and then here. But I'm holding off on that because I'm trying to build up more revenue so that I can unlock more stuff faster within the career mode. That brings us to tip number 2. In tip number 2, here's where you need to focus on what you want to specialize in the most. So what is your interest? By default, your first flight will be easy to obtain once you get your private license, and then of course the ferry flight for the most part as well. But if you went into a chopper route, it might be a little bit different compared to this. Now, going forward, here is where you need to focus on what do you want to achieve within the career mode. What is your interest? So do you like doing the firefighting stuff? Okay, well then you need to go ahead and get the scoop endorsement and then complete these other things here. That will unlock this guy. Do you want to do the agricultural stuff? No problem. Get these guys done, focus on that, and it will unlock more missions to do for agricultural. What you don't want to do is focus on all the things, right? Try to get all of them at once, because then you're stretching yourself early on and it can get a little exhausting and repetitive the early stages of the career mode. For me, I focused on cargo and passengers. So I have the charter private service here. I have my cargo transport medium. I also had medevac, which I think is very cool as well. And so now I'm focusing on this here VIP score, and then I will probably end up going into the cargo heavy at some point down the road, maybe even into the passenger one, because that will also include the airline transportation stuff. So as you see, doing more of these areas will unlock different aircrafts for you to choose. So focus on what you want to do. Do you want to fly the Vision Jet? Okay, well, in the Vision Jet, you want to get the private service. You also want to get the jet engine rating. So these are the things you need to focus on. This brings us to, well, how do I get money to increase my revenue within the career mode? Well, number 3, start a company. This is super, super important. Because if you go into the mission area, you're likely already saw, well, missions don't pay a whole lot. So in this case, this mission, it just pays under 2,000 credits. Not a whole lot of money. And if you think about it, to unlock more stuff, it takes a lot of credits, and that's a lot of flights. So again, here, this one's 27, this one here is 14, and so on. So you already know this. Well, how do you get more? Well, here's the medevac mission. This medevac mission pays 38,000 credits. That's a lot of credits within the career mode. But take it one step further. This 38,000 credits, yeah, sure seems really high, but you're also losing some of this money because you have to pay the company that you're working for, right? So you're not going to get all that full money, and that's why some of these smaller ones here don't pay as much either. The big money is in the freelance. This is the career mode within Flight Sim 2024. So here, a little short hop, as a owner of your company, you can fly this one for 7,000. You can fly this one for about 65. You can fly this one for 10K. You can fly this one for 5,000. And here's the big thing. That 5,000 isn't stable, which means if you have a higher overall satisfaction rating at the end of your flights, you can get more on top of that 5,000, right? So if your flight's nice and smooth, super, super important. And so that is tip number 3. The final and most important tip, I forgot I got cargo over here as well. That's 18,000. The final and super, super important big tip I can give you within the career mode here in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is sim rate. Is sim rate. If you've not used sim rate yet in Flight Sim 2024 for the career mode, these long hauls, yeah, do you really want to spend 3 hours and 30 minutes doing a flight? Probably not. Not in a little prop plane, right? So how do you get there faster and achieve the same end goal? Sim rate. So if we go into the gear mode here, go to controls, whatever control you like to do. In this case, I have my sim rate bind with keyboard. So if we type in under search, type in sim rate, there we are. So I have increase and decrease. These are the two most important ones you want to have here. You want to increase it, so I have control shift plus sign will increase my sim rate, which means the in-game time will go faster. Now keep in mind that when you do toggle these higher or lower, it doesn't show you anything visually to indicate what level you're at. So if you're 2 times or 3 times faster, you kind of have to remember that on your own. So what I do is I'll normally just default to 2. So control shift plus plus means I am 2 times faster. When I want to slow down, control shift minus minus, and now I'm back to my normal speed. Super important that you keep that in mind as you progress. The other super important thing I can give you is a little bit of a cheat early on here because things are a little bit broken with the career mode, as you are aware. But if you type in fuel, add fuel quantity, and I have this a button toggled for my joystick, which is going to be this button here. And what that does is it adds 25% fuel to your tank. So some flights, for whatever reason, they give you less fuel than what's actually able to be accomplished for the mission. I found this out the hard way 2 times on 2 very long missions where I couldn't make it there because I was out of fuel, or I had to skip to the final phase, lost a bunch of XP, lost a bunch of money, and ended up wasting a bunch of time. So add fuel and sim rate are super, super important tips I can give you. And all you have to do for the add fuel is when you are, you can do it as soon as you're in the cockpit itself. Just hit the little button, bam, you'll see the fuel jump up 25%. And you can do it as many times as you need throughout the flight. Typically, that 25% is a one-time thing, even if you don't lean out that engine. But those are 4 major tips I can give you for the career mode in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I know there are some issues with it. It's a lot of fun. I hope you're enjoying it. We'll see you for the next video. Take care.